Well, hello there, Minecrafters. Thanks for coming by. This is part 2 of the Dropper developer commentary for Diversity 2, and that is with me and Adrian Brightmoore, one of the build team members. So I hope you enjoyed part 1 there. Definitely check it out if you haven't, because it goes along with this one. But I had to split the video in half. So let's continue. Again, spoilers. Don't watch unless you've played. But without further ado, here we go. So there we go. We've gotten. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's head into the Juggler. And this one, I think, might have been...
I'm going to try and do this one, by the way. So I'm not going creative.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll do it too. Actually, I'll do it too.
All right. I'm pressing the button. Go.
Yeah. This one was interesting. Oh, I did it! First try! First try. Oh no! Didn't make that one. Oh. Okay, so I was gonna say this one. Oh man, I think was the first full-on map homage I put in Diversity 2. I do like to do that in my maps. Come on, make it. No, dang it. This is obviously the Juggler's Balls by. There we go. By Jigarbov. Or Jigarbov. Aw. I hit the slime that time. I was really looking for some map that, by a map maker who I really respected, to put his work into the map. 'Cause I love doing that. I almost made it that time. So I loaded up his map and I looked at the spawn point. This is actually the spawn point. And, oh, it's not loading. And I thought, that's perfect. It's perfect. Plus, I don't have to build anything. Just have to copy it over.
So did you get approval, or is this a theft that worked out really well?
What I did is, when I talked to him, when I was making it, he knew I was putting something of his in the map. And I like to think I have somewhat of a relationship with certain map makers that I don't really have to ask permission because...
They trust you.
Yeah, it's gonna be not gonna be considered ripping someone off. I gotta go creative. It's gonna be more of a sign of like a nod of respect, you know.
Yep.
And that's also why his head is right here. Now you can dance a jig. So many people did not understand that pun. You know, I can't believe it. You made it down legit.
Yeah. It took a few goes though.
Oh wow. Interestingly enough, the original Juggler's Balls map, these guys had wool. I took the wool out and changed it to stained clay because there's not really any extra wool in Diversity 2. Sort of the rare block.
Just in case you devalue the key blocks. Is that the reason? Yeah,
it's kind of like the fabled legendary prize that, wow, you're really going to town.
This map that you are paying homage to is an adventure map, isn't it? And it was built reasonably quickly after one of the snapshots was released. It's a fun map. I've
never actually played it. I've seen Let's Plays on it. I've seen Let's Plays on it. But it reminded me of a point-and-click adventure style map, right? Go get me this, then I need to get that. Yeah. But yeah, Jigarbov is an amazing map maker, I gotta say. So, the B140. Okay, the mystery. Here we go, B140. So before we start, what are you thinking when you walk into this branch? What is your first thought?
Okay, this is Egyptian. This is some sort of temple. It is not correct at all, is it?
Okay, press F3. What biome are you in?
We are in...
Right there. Biome. Desert. Yeah, we're in a desert biome, okay? So, misdirection. You hit it and... Oh! What the... I'm not in a desert biome. You press F3 out here and you're in... Ice Plain Spikes. Yes.
And if I were to hazard a guess, What would Ice Plain Spike's biome be, Q Magnet?
It is biome number 140. Oh my goodness! The
Now
mystery
it all
is
makes
revealed.
sense. Oh.
Uh,
Now, I originally
mhm.
did this. So I come all the way back here. I
Yep.
hold down my sprint key.
Yep. Yep.
I run,
Yes.
and I jump.
And you
And you know
jump
why?
because it's
Because
in the
you did it.
trailer.
It's in the trailer.
And when I made the trailer, that was the one shot I knew I wanted to do because it reminded me of a Hollywood thing where the hero jumps and then the blacks out and does the title of the movie. And I thought that would be very exciting, although it's a total fake out because
It's a fake out.
you can't solve the jump that way. It's funny. This one here was made with a combination of, I think, the first drop in the original Dropper by Biggery. He had like a forest you had to jump over, I think.
Yep.
And I wanted to do that same sort of thing, but I obviously didn't want to do a forest because he already did that. And then we had the ice bikes biome, which was too tempting to take advantage of. This is actually a copy from my old survival world that I used to do videos on. Oh, I made that one.
The other thing that I tried for, it must have been about 2 hours when I was
Mm-hmm.
testing this
2 hours.
branch.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know whether you recall. I think I reached out to you on Skype at one point
Yeah.
because I could not solve this.
Oh.
And you very helpfully pointed me back to the hints book.
Yes.
But the second part was this is the only huge spike, and so it must have been significant. So this
Yep.
is your second fake out, which is
Uh-huh.
there's a unique part of the map and it's jutting out. This must be where you have to jump from.
It has to be.
It has to be. There's no other way that you would do this.
This is
So
copied
Whee!
from the word, like this section here where all the spikes are exactly copied from my survival world, except that I changed all the blocks to snow and ice. The
And when I did-
sides,
yeah.
I was gonna say the sides that you don't travel on are a desert that I changed the sand to snow.
Nice. So in the tips,
Mhm.
you actually I don't know if it was in the tips for this. It might have been on the Planet Minecraft page in some sort of spoilers.
Mhm.
You reveal that the right way to get down is spike by spike, dropping by dropping.
It's in the tip book, intentionally in the tip book because I knew people might struggle with this. And the reason I let them do this is because in the first map they wanted to do that, to cheat. And I said, okay, go ahead, do it. I'll make a drop where it's required.
It's tip number 1.
It is tip number 1.
I felt so silly. Anyway,
People do not read books.
I read them, but you get to number 4 and you forget number 1.
Yes. But yeah, I also kind of, I think I was inspired by Cliffhanger, that Sylvester Stallone movie.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking, not that he's going up, not down. Oh, I was on the last jump. Oh man, man. I'm thinking it's gonna be fun. Like, even though it's not a full drop and it's not traditional to the dropper maps, it is really fun to try and figure out if you are going to die or make it with a half a heart on whatever drop it is.
Now, will you come clean? Are there any secrets hidden away in an ice cave anywhere here? Do we have anything that is unique and should be explored or found as you're dropping down?
There's nothing here. There's nothing here at all. No
I'm
secrets
disappointed.
at all. Probably because I was rushed to get this done. I did try to close it all off so you couldn't like get fallen somewhere. That I think in the original release I had like an open area where you could fall out of the map.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just I was mostly kind of excited by the way it looked, because when you look up from down below, it looks really, really beautiful in terms of Minecraft scenery, as far as a block can look. But yeah, I like that one, especially because it's kind of Minecraft doing its natural generation thing.
So it's probably an opportunity, given the number of people who died a lot on that B140. These ouchies on the right-hand side here, they're measuring deaths Is that a terribly complex thing to do, or is there a scoreboard that is in the game that you can use for that?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Well, there is a scoreboard command that calculates your death count, and actually it's all integrated into Minecraft, so you don't need any required clocks or anything. Um, Big thing I think from Diversity 1 is people wanted the counter. I don't
Hmm.
think I might have had the counter later in the release. I can't remember. But I said, oh, I gotta have the counter. That's the hugest thing. People want to know how many times they died, and I thought making it a little bit more silly and calling it ouchies because that's what my kids, I got an ouchie. I thought it'd be funny to put
Mm.
that there. So yeah, scoreboard. I don't actually remember the commands.
Ah,
Scoreboard.
it's all right. You look them
Uh,
up on the wiki.
yes, on Gamepedia. Okay, so the last drop here that's visible was
Ooh.
yeah, I built this one. This was a complete shout out to a very popular live streamer named Giant Waffle, who was kind enough to play my first map, my first diversity map. And the thing I love about that guy is he talks to his viewers. There's a lot of live streamers who kind of ignore the viewers, I think. This guy is really cool, and is really fun watching him play the creation in front of 8,000 to 10,000 people watching. So he's Giant Waffle. I wanted to make a waffle. That's 3 waffles, I guess. What it is. Oh, the hashtag thingy up there at the top, the pound symbol.
Yep.
That's his
Yep.
logo for his Twitch channel.
This color scheme that you've got is amazing. Is it something that you came up with, or did you draw on? You spin around and you go insane. It's amazing.
The sponge here I always thought looked waffly, so I used that.
Yep.
The colors around here, I just tried to pick colors that were brownish golden flavored and making
Ah,
it look a little bit more interesting than just one flat color.
like
And I
maple
can't.
syrup, maybe,
Yeah,
and butter.
I was gonna say I can't remember if I
Now I'm
used
hungry.
You're hungry. Canadian maple syrup. I was gonna say I can't remember if I used your filter to do these walls or just copied and pasted them, but because I think your fabulous filter, you can just make stripes, can't you?
Yeah, it's got a whole heap, but definitely copying and pasting
I think I did use your
is
filter, to be
legitimate.
honest.
Is it? Yeah, Fabulous does a whole heap of stuff, spherical patterns, and it's weird. And I keep adding things to it too.
So the tricky one about this is that the waffle changes, the openings change where you are. So the first one you can actually fall straight to the middle, but then the second one you have to move out of the way, and it's spaced just enough. I had to test this a lot of times. Spaced just enough that it's very difficult. You have to basically hug the corners to make that drop,
Yeah,
and then you only get that
agreed.
one water spot in the middle at the end there. So, and then at the end here, this is Giant Waffle himself. This is his Minecraft head, and that's his. Whenever somebody subscribes to him, he says this: "Welcome to the Waffle House." So, I knew he was going to play. Actually, he was the first non-tester, non-builder to finish the map because I gave him an early release so he could play it live. That was really fun watching him play that.
Came full circle. Good.
Okay, so hitting that one. And, oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, and then the surprise of the floor breaking out there. This one kind of irritates me. And not because of the design, but because of people's lack of rule reading. Hey, Wafflehead. And forgetting that they had to beat this in the B140. Like, I'm allowing you to do the whole cheat. Drop down legitimately. Plus, I think it's really fun trying to hit those blocks. How many people have you seen try to make that drop and hit that button?
All right. I need to reveal for complete disclosure that I spent at least an hour trying to hit that button while falling.
You're not the only one. And it just baffles me. Is I give an easier way and people think, and I can't take credit because people are saying, "That's awesome! You have to hit the button at the end, and that's brilliant." And I'm like, "Well, I never designed it that way, but I'll take credit for that."
Yeah.
No, making the jump one by one, I definitely wanted to put the nether underneath of the overworld because that's kind of too too tempting to make a world where your basic hell level is below, like that's the core of the earth and all that. It's hotter in the center. I kind of always thought Minecraft should be like that. But
rather than a separate dimension, you just keep going down and down.
Well, yeah, get to the fire rocks and stuff.
So there's a good bit on this drop. Apart from the surprise, that very first fall after you die, you can survive. You're still able to drop a considerable way because you've got the resistance from, I think it's only for a third of a second. So you can really start falling.
Yeah,
But
you have to, if you're gonna take the ways around it, you have to make some actual run jumps to hit the blocks. But
how did we build this? Was this using? I think you asked for a tunnel like this, and I think I used the planets filter to. Or did you end up TNTing it? It looks a lot like it's been TNT'd.
It's been TNT'd. So
yep.
I'm not sure if we worked on something like this, but the final one I ended up doing myself.
Yeah.
And it was just a random seed. I just took a block of nether, and then I took a block of overworld, and I copied, put it all in one thing. And then I blew it up probably a good 15 times because, I mean, if you've played with TNT, it blows the heck out of netherrack like it's nothing. So it was blowing apart the entire map if I put too much. And I think I used your sprinkle filter as well with TNT to spread them out at random spots and just hit the explosion. And just drive a hole down through the middle of it. So
yeah, no, that's a much better way. I think we did prototype it using the planets filter, but it was much bigger in all the cavities with only a few small gaps between each void. But yeah, the other thing that you've got here is this glowstone. This wasn't always glowstone, was it? And it means something.
Yeah. So originally it was nether quartz ore, which people weren't picking up on, because you'd get, if you chose to do the way I designed it by jumping down the edges, you get down to this part and you say, I can't do it. What am I supposed to do? And I thought that I made it like a staircase basically out of the nether quartz ore. And you said to me, you're like, I'm stumped. What do I do? And I got down to the bottom, didn't you?
Yeah.
So then I thought, okay, I got to do something. I got to change it to glowstone, because I think the glowstone, seeing those 3 blocks at the bottom, draw your attention, and the glowstone is a natural nether block, I should say. So you're brought up to here, and you have just enough room to make that jump legit and to not die. Oh, it's a pretty scary jump, but to hit that. Now I've seen you do it a different way. Why don't you say how you do it?
All right, so I came down through these lava falls, and if you clip the fall just at the right angle, you can get in and get out. So it takes the speed off you, and then you can jump free, and you burn for a little bit, but you survive. And at that point, when you're down the bottom here, you then start casting around for, okay, where do I go? Which was, yeah, a little bit difficult to work out. But with your help, I also was able to finish it legit, which was through this jump, this leap of faith.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's the sort of idea there that always amazes me. People find ways to finish things that you have no idea was possible, and it's not like they went creative or anything. It's just that's for sure a legit way to do it. I didn't even realize somebody would think of jumping on the lava to
I
break
think
their fall.
it's only possible because you've got the player in peaceful mode, I think, haven't you? Some sort
Yep.
of
Yeah, they're in
yeah,
peaceful.
yeah. So regeneration's quite quick. Otherwise, if you had them on a different mode, then you'd end up with a whole heap of burning, wouldn't you? You'd die before you could get out.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna go up to the top and just kind of briefly go over that, how the glass goes over, just for a bit of the commands. But I think we've done a good job at explaining design techniques. Actually, I kill myself. Kill myself. That'd be quicker. But yeah, so basically, this whole thing is built on the scoreboard system. When you press the button, when you finish a branch, you press the button. Let's go up top here, just to show them. This is the main clock, or yeah, I guess clock, that is testing for scores. And you can see each color. Every time you hit a button down at the bottom of a drop that you legitimately finish. Let's see, the brown one was the Star Wars one. Let's see. This is running a test for here. So at the brown one, it's testing for a score. So every time you enter a drop, it creates a score. Drop brown will be the brown one, and then they're the same for every color. Drop yellow for yellow and all that. And when you press the button, you get a point, which would set off this here, which each one you can see they set off, gives you a sound, and they set off a fill command, which goes over here, which activates a strip of commands here to close off the branches when you've done them with the stained clay, and basically, yeah, it's all fill commands closing it off. And then when all of them are complete, then where's the one that's complete? I believe it's I can't remember where it is. Basically, the middle breaks out, but I can't remember exactly where it lines up. I think it's this one. Ah, there we go. So, oh no, that's the. I don't know where it is. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I think it's over here.
You think it's over there?
Yeah. This fills with air and destroys the
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Okay, so that breaks the bottom there, and you fall through here, and then you hit the final button. So it's kind of similar to other stuff that I've done in the branch, but that's a little bit of a recap. It's all resettable too. And then we hit the button, and we're about back to the hub.
The hub.
You want to do the here? I'll let you put the wall in there.
All right. What is it? For Queen and Country.
For Queen and Country. I technically have a queen, although I don't know, part of the Commonwealth, but whatever. Here we go. So blue, your favorite color? Is it?
Look, it is. It is.
Kind of purpley. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming out for the episode. This is actually going to be a few episodes, I think. Definitely.
That was so much fun to work on. Thank you very much for inviting me to contribute to that branch. I learned a lot. I found out what a dropper is, and I think it's possibly one of the best methods of playing this game. We should do some more droppers sometime.
It'd be nice to see more droppers come out in the community. Actually, there is a fairly new map, I think, called Dual Drop or something like that, Double Drop. So
yeah, I saw. Was it Rockabilly playing it with Mumbo?
I think with Wumpa.
With Wumpa, that's right.
And I had not heard of a dropper map. If like this is the last dropper type of map I've heard before that one, so it's nice to see that get some love. I'd like to see more droppers.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you had fun playing the dropper, guys, make sure you leave a comment and maybe just share what you felt was the best part of your dropper experience. And that'll help us as a community make better and better maps.
Yes, very much. Okay, well, Adrian, thank you so much. Thank you for being on the team. I really, really owe you guys a lot. Like, there's no possible way. I know you like to say I pulled stuff together, but there's no way, I could have done this without your help and the rest of the team. So I very much appreciate that.
Oh, shucks. You're
All
very
right.
welcome. It was heaps of fun.
Okay, so everybody subscribe to Adrian. His channel is in the description. Subscribe to everybody on the team. And we will see you next time. Enjoy your Minecrafting. Any last words?
No, just stay nice to each other, guys.
Yeah.
Let's do some awesome things together
Always.
as a community.
All right. Bye now.
Bye.